Welcome back to Leck Tech, where technology is made easy. I'm your host, Leck. This is the second episode in my sub-series, Artificial Intelligence. For the artificial intelligence episodes like this, I'm going to do something slightly different than my other episodes. In the other normal episodes, I do an instructional method, the instructional method is intended to help viewers learn the software. With the AI episodes, I am not going to be explaining how to do what I'm doing. I'm going to be showing what the AI does and explaining what is possible. I think that is a better use of time than explaining how to create the AI. I want to show features and give summaries of what the AI is doing, not explain how someone else can program their own AI. If somebody else wants to do that, they may download the source code from my website. I show the source for anyone who knows how to read code to look at. No, I'm not including malicious code. All the code I program is open source, but I will be including some free packages from other developers in my AI. I will list all the software included with my AI because I think that's what I have to do for the free software I use anyway, according to their licenses. Most free software runs under licenses where you can use the software, but you have to give the creator credit. The difference between the free software licenses, there are a couple different licenses, is if you can sell and modify the code or not. So, like all of them, you have to give the creator credit. This episode is my first sequel to any episode of any sub-series of Leck Tech. The first episode on artificial intelligence only had a text-based communication interface. The link for the first AI episode, which is the last episode in the sub-series, is in the description on YouTube under this video. This episode is covering the ability for the AI to speak. I've included text-to-speech in my prototype conversation AI, which is what I showed just the text from last episode. Last episode was only text input and text output. This episode is text input and text and speech output. At this time, the prototype AI, ARC, which is what I'm showing and what you can download from my website, only works on Windows guaranteed. So I'm only supporting Windows with the prototype ARC of my AI. I will eventually be supporting all operating systems in my next ARC, including mobile, which I call Full AI ARC. But the Full AI ARC is not going to be sentient yet. It might learn, but that's not sentience. It's just the ability to learn. The prototype ARC is more like exploratory programming than it is a user-friendly version. I'm programming in Python for the prototype ARC and also for the full AI version. Here is the Python website. This is a programming language, one of the newer ones, but it's still third generation. The programming language Python is designed to work well with all operating systems, as opposed to BASIC, which is like, it works well on Windows, but it's an afterthought when it's forked or ported to other operating systems, which is why I chose Python. But Python is not a programming language designed for speed or customization. Python is the Linux alternative to BASIC. But again, Python works on all operating systems, all PC operating systems, as well as BASIC also works on all PC operating systems. That wasn't always the case. It won't be until my next ARC you will see my AI rival or surpass the current audio user interfaces, which, let me give you a couple examples. Here's Siri, which is an Apple mobile, I don't know, it's like a package that comes along with Apple mobile operating systems, iOS. So it's not its own standalone. It's integrated. That Apple was integrated into. Siri is only integrated into Apple devices. Not that it might not be on Android and Windows Surface. The next is Amazon Echo, which uses Alexis. They actually gave an Alexa, which gave a name to the software. This is the hardware and the software. Amazon Echo. It's a speaker. Again, no visual interface, just audio. Google Home, Google's version, no video, just audio. The last four things, I have four main things left. I planning on doing on programming in this arc, which is the prototype arc, is testing how to make AI learn, which is probably what I'll do last. Second, speech to text, which is the opposite of what I'm doing in this episode, which is harder. I am working on it. And the speech to text means you talk and it does the text. Now, I've actually done this before in BASIC. I'm just trying to do it in Python. The sense of sight, again, I'm working on that, which is a big one. And a mobile version for smart cell phones and smart tablets, which isn't quite as easy as making it just work on like Linux and Apple PC. It actually will take time to make one of those mobile apps. The learning AI, the learning part of my the full and the prototype arcs will only be weak artificial intelligence. So we'll be able to learn. I'm hoping it will be able to learn, but it won't be like the way we learn. It'll just be basic learning, not autonomous learning, which is actually, and it won't be sentient, obviously, not yet. It'll pretty much be a watered-down version of Google DeepMind. Google DeepMind is questionably full learning. It's close. I saw some things that are pretty cool with Google DeepMind, but I don't want to go into it in this episode. If you want to, instead of reading the website, if you watch videos like on YouTube about Google DeepMind, you'll see some pretty incredible stuff. They made a lot of progress with that. It still's bad, but compared to us, but it's actually relatively good. I was surprised. Again, I'm not going into it this episode. Before I show my AI speaking, I want to iterate the full ARC version of my AI will include a lot more code and will be designed to be used by people. Unlike this prototype, which seems more like a toy. Even though anyone can use my AI now, the AI in this ARC is more like in the testing stages, so it's like a beta or an alpha, where I'm figuring out how to program the stuff that I want to do. I have all this explained in more detail on my website on my AI page. Here. My AI page. See? Okay. And again, all these links will be at the bottom under the video. I always put every link I show in the bottom of the video, including everything I use to make the episode is also linked under the video. Now I will demonstrate the AI speaking. And this is my current version, which you will be able to download by the time this video hits YouTube from my AI page I just showed. Okay. So right now, just a window. It looks like it's DOS, even though it's Python. All right, so I'm going to go hello.
Hello. What is your name?
And it's asking me my name. Even though I typed hello, it still is. I think it randomly asks a question on top of it, which is cool. It did the random this time. So it's asking my name. Let me do I am Leck. See what it does.
My name is Leck.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see it. It's actually really cool because I kind of forgot what I programmed. But there's not a lot of randomization yet. It's just like simulating. So if I put Leck instead of I am Leck.
Try typing it in a different way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So as my AI progresses, it'll be more. It'll simulate speech more. But I wouldn't. It's not gonna think like we think yet. I'm gonna have to go back and redo the whole way it does. Right now, it spits out something randomly from what it sees. What you input is it takes those words and spits out something. But eventually it's gonna be thinking like we are all the time, ideally. So anyway, all right. You can install other voices because that sounds very, very. It's like Microsoft Sam or whatever. It sounds like that. You can install other voices or even create your own voice for the AI. But I will not be doing this for this arc. I'm gonna include some free voices. Legal free voices, because there are some people make them and include them, so you can change, but I'll do that in the full arc. This is more, again, testing. I know I can do that. I don't need to do it right now. I'm not making it polished for users yet. As I understand, to make your own voice, if instead of hearing Microsoft Sam or whoever that was, if you want to make your own self talk, and it'll sound exactly like your own voice, maybe with little inflection problems, because if you're putting words, mixing and matching words. As I understand, you have to input about 10,000 words and sounds total to make one of those voices. And each of those voices is like 2 to 10 megabytes. It's not that big, actually. I think. Maybe it's bigger now. I remember I did this 10 years ago on Basic, so I kind of I don't know if it's the same. Eventually I want to add the ability to operate your computer entirely using speech. So like the Amazon Echo and the Google Home, but better. So my AI will be easy and my AI will be easy and intuitive to use. So often the current user interfaces, Siri, Echo, Google Home, so often they work so poorly people are afraid to use them. I watch stand-up comedy, and one of the common things the comedians joke about is when purchasing items with 100% audio user interface right now, it buys things you don't want it to. It's funny and sad at the same time. It may buy something you don't want, so the AIs have the potential to automatically do something the user does not want them to because they're made poorly, obviously. And you can understand the contempt in my voice because they're making it's a shame. Nobody's done it well yet. The easy way to avoid this is to use what people already know and make sure there is an optional visual part in addition to the audio part. To the life of me, I don't know why people who create audio user interfaces took away the visual part. Okay, it's not anywhere near ready for just audio. I don't know if it's ignorance or low intelligence which is causing programmers to come out with poor audio user interface products. There will be more about this in the speech-to-text sequel, and my opinions, when I make that episode in the future. And that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching Leck Tech.